My name is Juan, and you're watching RapAboutTV.
Why Black Prison Magic? Where did you get that from?
Well, I tell you what, there was a gentleman that was my mentor back in the early 2000, like 2004 that I met, and he suggested that I use it. And do not be afraid that, to let people know that I am black. Don't try to cover it up and hide it. Then you get there, and then they find out. Surprise! We say let them know right up front.
Mm-hmm.
So, and his name was Mr. John Campbell, and at that time he was about 94 years old.
Oh yeah. Oh, so he had the wisdom. So what made you get into magic? That's.
Well, I've always liked it ever since I was a little kid.
What age? What age did you start?
I probably started about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. Cool. Well, could you show us something real quick, first?
Sure.
Make me a believer.
All right.
Make me a believer.
Let me show you this. Now, usually I'm gonna take this out here. Let's see. I usually keep this underneath the front seat of my car. I'm gonna take it out so everyone can see it. It's a solid mirror. And
I'm gonna Snapchat you too, bro.
Okay. Now let's take a look at this and make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Is it okay? Now the mirror fits right into this frame, and just before I come in, I usually check to make sure that my clothes are in place. Let's slip it right back in here. And the frame and mirror fits right into this knit sack here, just like this. Now of course, we know that we use mirrors if we're getting ready to go somewhere, but we can also do a little magic with the mirror. There it is right there. I take the needle and place it right back in back of the mirror like this, and look as I push. The needle goes right through the mirror, just like this. But not only does it go through the middle of the mirror, it goes through all over, just like this. Now a lot of times people say, how do you do that? What happens is if the mirror is sitting in my car for a long time, it becomes soft and the needle can go right through it. Sometimes the mirror becomes so soft that you can almost bend it like this. See, sometimes almost completely in half. Now we straighten the mirror out, just like this. Now reach right down the side again. And there's that mirror, still there, it's still solid. Just like that. And I'll take it out again, check it again. I'm going to hold on to it this time because I want to get a new car this year. We don't want to drop it, okay? Is it all right? All right. And that's how it's done. How about that?
How about that? So, would that work if I had it in my hands and you was poking it?
It could.
It could?
Yes, it could.
No, show me some more. I got something organized. I'm still,
Okay, I'll show you one more.
One more.
Okay.
See that right there?
And I'm gonna use this napkin here, and just take it and tear it in half.
Any type of way?
Yeah, just tear it 2 times. Just tear it in half.
Okay, hands diagonal.
Okay.
This way. See if it works for you.
Okay, now take
this way?
yeah, that's fine. Now take both halves and roll them up into a small ball. Okay. Okay, now place them right there.
Where?
Just place them on your right here along your leg. Right.
Along my leg. Right.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Now point to one of the balls of paper. Just point to one of them. You sure you want this one?
Yeah.
That's the one you want. Okay, we take it like this. Take the paper just like this. Piece of paper's in my hand, right? Now, along with the paper, we're going to use this little coin. So we have the paper, coin. Paper, money. Paper, money. Paper money. Tap it like this and look.
And that's mine.
And you'll notice that it turns into a $5 bill.
Is that my five?
Just like this. And that's why I like doing what I'm doing, because I can make money and put it right in my pocket.
So you can multiply money?
Yes. And there it is, just like that.
Hey man, listen man. That was cool. I appreciate that, everybody. Anybody like magic? Anybody?
Nah, real talk. I definitely want to be a magician when I was growing up myself.
Okay.
I just didn't know how to get into something like that.
Yeah,
I started with a trick book, like the little storyboard, little card, it had the card game, and it had a quarter game in it or something. But that was the first thing I ever had, but that's what originally started me wanting to do it.
Okay.
At least do it on the side.
Right.
So how was that? How is that journey? You know, coming up to be and I guess to be black. How's that industry?
Well, you know, I tell you, I'm originally from Norfolk, Virginia, not from this area. And when I grew up, I didn't really see too many black people doing it either.
Yeah.
Most of the ones I saw, of course, on TV and everything, most of the guys were white gentlemen, as you know. And so it was kind of like, you know, alone. You're alone and doing it by yourself. Not like a comedian where you have everybody, so many, you know, comedians that see on TV and watch. So but I had such a strong interest in it that I just continued, because a lot of the magicians in the olden days, they would travel, take, you know, trips around the world, like tours around the world with their big illusion show and everything, all the assistants and everything. So it was fun to hear all the exploits that they would do on these different trips that they would do. For instance, the gentleman that I'm telling you about, he had about 4 or 5 yachts, couple of mansions, and he would tour. He owned a circus. My mentor I'm speaking of, he owned a circus. And he did a lot of things. He made movies and different things like that. So it was just fun to hear about all these different adventures that they did, and it held my interest. And you know, during that time when I was growing up in the 70s, we didn't have all the TV channels like we have now, and all of the, you know, the cell phones and everything. So you had to come up with other ways to entertain yourself.
And so you appreciate social media at this point now?
Well, I do appreciate it, but I'm just kind of old school, you know. I appreciate it, but I'm kind of old school in the sense that I'm not really involved in it. I mean, the cell phones and stuff, yes, but I'm not involved in like putting online like
Facebook.
Right. You know, I'm doing this, I'm getting ready to do that. I probably should be more involved in it than I am, but I'm not as of yet. Right.
So where has this taken you for your journey? Like, where places have you been?
I performed a lot of theaters in the area, all over. Like, for instance, in this area, the National Theater in downtown DC. I've done some shows there. One of the theaters in Baltimore, and I've done a lot of shows for children as well as adults, and mixed audiences, corporate shows, some stand-up shows, parties, banquets.
Lastly, before I move on, any advice to inspiring magicians you want to give out, like how to, you know, pursue the dream or how to get into that game?
Well, you know, I used to say, and I probably should still say, go to the library, check out a book, you know, or you can order one online, like a beginner's book. And just read that book, and if you have some interest in it, then continue. But I tell you one good book, very good book that's for someone that's seriously interested in it, and that would be Mark Wilson's Course in Magic. It's one book, but it covers, you know, sleight of hand, illusions, close-up magic, coin magic, rope magic. That would be one good book to buy.
Okay, cool.
What's your most difficult trick? Like, you have like a one go-to that you not everybody starts off. Like,
I think the most difficult trick that I'm working on right now is a sawing in half, but instead of using the box, you bring up someone from the audience, an unrehearsed person from the audience, and you get rid of the box. I think for me, that's one of the most difficult. You use one of those tree saws. I think for me, that's one of the most difficult tricks, because the person, it is unrehearsed, and you know, and there is no box, and I find that one of the most difficult tricks to do.
Good stuff, man. You got any more tricks up your sleeve? I like that.
Any more tricks? Well, if anyone has let me see, I only have one coin on, but does anyone have another coin? And I'll do a quick coin trick.
I didn't get that one?
Just give me one.
You got it. Everybody. Hilarious.
Just a quarter or something, or what that'll work. And I'll do a quick coin trick. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, 2 coins. And I'm gonna place 1 coin in my left hand and 1 in my right hand like this. And I go just like this. And look, as I toss my hand up, the coin magically leaves my left hand and jumps over to my right hand and lands just like that because look, they're both now.
What kind of
in this hand.
No,
And of course, this hand is obviously empty, just like that.
Man, that's what's out of it. That's good.
everybody seen that.
I like that, man. It's good, man. Hey, unite. Tino, take us out. Since you was impressed, take us out, man.
Raindrops, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot bar, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.
Alright, y'all know what it is. We back. I came in the shop this morning. My man, what's your name? I'm sorry.
You sure, sir.
He was having a conversation in here about, I guess when I came in, our argument was what, students in slavery shouldn't be taught, or what was y'all debating in here? Because I came into an interesting topic. You know?
Yeah, I came in on the middle of it too, but it was a conversation about how visualization, how people, the market use visuals and certain language to intentionally convince people to buy and put people in a state of being docile and not being active towards their own progress using visuals and language.
So propaganda, media.
Pretty much, but how powerful that is and how important it is to be able to understand that and then be able to do the opposite to elevate people.
And again, this is why RapAboutTV came about, because I remember growing up, and at least at one point, there was some channels that I could actually go to and get information and stuff like that. So that was just the aim of this right here that you're sitting on, is to kind of bring that authenticity back, so the younger generation come up, they can watch, and they can say, okay, cool, I got my information from this, I know who we are, the education, I know who I come from, and this, things of that nature. So but I just thought that was interesting when I came in this morning.
It also was a little bit concerned how we don't support our own people. Like most of the other ethnicities support each other. You know what I mean? Like Jews, Chinese, black people spend. They said the percentage of something stupid like 90% of our money is spent in other ethnicities' businesses, and on their side, they only spend like 10% with us. And it's like, that's some ridiculous numbers that we really should flip a little bit.
So boycott.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
So the thing
would people boycott?
But that's the.
Now we just A&T just had their homecoming, right? And I met a young lady down there. She boycotts the hair salon is owned by Asians, and she boycotts. I forgot the second place, but pretty much, in the beginning when she started boycotting those two places, the owner felt some sort of way. He would call the police, and then they were peaceful protesters, so they couldn't do anything. So she started getting other girls that would go to those the hair salons, and they would stop going there. And as they stopped going there, eventually the owner had to sit down and talk to the girl about what's going to happen, pretty much. So now the owner is putting money back into the community, and that's all she wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I think he puts like I believe 25%. Don't quote me, but it's like 25% back into the community, and the rest is boycotts work.
So it depends on what your purpose is. So if your purpose is to get people to speak for you, then boycott is good. If your purpose is to be able to speak for yourself, then we gotta realize boycott is the answer. We got a bad habit.
But in a sense, would you say, all right, do it for self means do for self. So if I'm a boycott Target, that means I'm gonna have to make my own clothes or go support my own brother who makes clothes.
And that's
still a boycott in a sense.
But it's the focus, it's the thought process. Because if you say boycott, they say, oh, we not gonna shop from here. But if you be like, you know what, we gonna change our habit and go shop over here, then that becomes the focus. And it's really the purpose. If it's like, you know what, we want such and such company to speak for us, we're gonna boycott them until they speak for us, that's one thing. But if you be like, you know what, we wanna build up our own community so we can speak for ourselves, these are the businesses where we're gonna shop and we're gonna make sure they blow up.
Whoa, touche.
Black Wall Street.
Touche. In the media, Shaq been getting a lot of criticism lately for his comments on police. And again, Lil Wayne, his interview came out. So those are kind of, I guess, my two picks of this episode's coolism. Go ahead.
Say something. Shaq was a state trooper for like a year or temporarily, whatever it was, right? And then Wayne said the reason why he don't see racism, number one, he's rich as hell now, right? And number two, he was saying when he was a young kid and he got shot in the chest, who saved him? A white cop. So that basically, it's like, I think like racism is on experience basis type thing, right? White people can't experience racism like we can. They be like, there's no racism because you're white. Y'all the ones really dishing it out, right? So for a black person, if you experience a lot of racism or a lot of like situations, you're gonna be like, nah, I don't mess with white people because they be doing hot stuff all the time. If you don't see white people all the time, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, deal with them, you're gonna be like, I don't really know what racism is because I don't really see it.
I'm gonna argue your point because I get what you're saying, but that's not his conversation. If you watch that interview, he's not saying that. He's not saying the people that he ran with didn't get racism, because I know they did. They're in Louisiana, number one. And how many times have you heard Wayne say F the police, F everybody
So trying to say Wayne got sold out, they took it sold?
No.
We're trying to get it back.
No. I'm saying what you just said, I can't agree with that, because Wayne is coming from, in that interview, he coming from a hurt artist. That's what it sounds like, for real. All he cared about is me, and trying to get out that dick. And what he said didn't make no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Did y'all see
He
what?
said it, the reason why he said
Yeah, I seen it, man. I agree with the brother over there. It's double-sided. I mean, like racism is experience. You know what I mean? And most people who experience racism don't know they experience it. So when Wayne say like F the police, you know what I mean? We gotta realize in our community, in the black community, we don't trust the law. Holistically, some people do, but holistically, we don't trust the law. But the reason we don't trust the law is because of systemic racism that has taken place within the criminal justice system. But if you don't know that, you don't know it's racism. You just be like, F the police.
Right.
You just think it's police. But you don't realize the war on drugs, how the police have literally become the what do we call them on the plantation? The plantation,
Overseers.
The overseers. The police have become the overseers, and then they've been given militarized weapons, and now we see all of this stuff going on. So everybody's like, F the police, F the police. Some of us know that that's systemic racism. Other ones are just like, they always on my back.
What they should say is fuck Hillary, fuck Bill, fuck Reagan, fuck all the high presidents. That's
but again, we had this topic before.
Yeah.
Wayne ain't nobody that I'm listening to as far as nothing but music.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to anything he has to say when it deals with.
Unless it's about investing some money or something, I'd be like, nah, Wayne got money, he's probably smart. I need that.
So
He's still trying to get his money, so he ain't that smart.
Birdman wasted all that money, he ain't getting that back.
So you had to put Shaq.
That's
Shaq was catching flack because he about his police comments. He was like, when I get difference between me, I'm respectful. So I was raised, no sir, yes sir. My father was a drill sergeant. This is good. So when I get pulled over, I'm respectful. So he don't think twice that something's gonna happen to him.
So basically, we have two problems.
Doing absolutely nothing. A little bit of mouth got the nigga killed.
Just a little bit. I agree. Hold on. Go ahead, Tino.
I'm gonna be the bad guy today, right? Why do we care so much about how other people feel, son? Like, if somebody feels like they like a cop, that's your business. Love that cop, I don't care. Marry that nigga, you know what I'm saying? For me, if I don't fuck with it, I don't fuck with it. I don't really feel like anything that I do should be based on how somebody else feels. If Wayne feels some kind of way, nothing he feels affects my life, dog. I mean, it might affect the white person's life because he's saying some hot stuff. He'd be like, listen to Lil Wayne, he doesn't like her, you know what I'm saying? But
you're not 10 years old looking at him and influenced by everything that you listen. My little nephew, shout out to him, designer. Anything designer do, that's what he's on. He cut his hair because of designer. You know what I'm saying? So you're influenced. You, because you're a mature mind, though, I don't care about his opinion.
That's true.
But these people is influenced.
This is what this topic is about. You putting two people who $100 million people with influence, and you sitting there saying, yeah, be respectful, you won't die. Black lives, I don't care about none of that. I care about me, and me. You know how many people gonna listen to that But how many people gonna listen to that?
That makes unity so much harder when you got, and especially when the young generation coming up even more selfish like that. It's just me, money over everything, everybody else. Yes, so that.
So who did the interview?
For who? For Wayne.
So listen, Lil Wayne is not the culprit here.
He's not.
There's a culprit.
He's not.
As soon as Lil Wayne did that, they should have been like, we ain't airing that.
No.
He's fine. Hey, come out. Wayne fired his publicist because they didn't want it to be aired. He told them to ban that, but they put it out anyway. So he just fired it.
But no, don't air it, because here's the thing. That thought process, we should air this so we can prove Lil Wayne is not above us. But what you're doing is when you aired it, everybody, all the little kids who still look up to Lil Wayne, you just gave them a reason to imitate him. Jamal just said it.
Yep. And before you imitate him, I was gonna
Imitate him.
You said your nephew with designer. Everything the designer does, he cut his head. Right. Designer cut his head. They go out and influence him. I was asking, I was saying that they're using influence in the hip hop and black culture as cloning agents. Yeah. So if Wayne was to go out and put a CD out and we go ahead and bump it because it's the hottest CD out, we got it in our car. If we driving around, we got it in our iPod from in school. And kids listen to their iPods in school more than they listen to the teachers. I've seen that firsthand. So you listen to that song and we got the joint on repeat, got the whole album on repeat. And everything that you're hearing subconsciously is getting stuck into your mentality, and then you go out and do it because that's what's cool because you've been listening to it and everybody else doing the same thing.
We ain't had everybody grow their hair. Remember that? Everybody had children.
But that's not new though. We've been doing that since the 80s. It's not, so whatever they want, regardless.
So why should we believe it's going to change just because Lil Wayne got something to say and the kids are still
like you
listening?
said, the culprit. We got to go out. Nightline. We got to go back to the ones. We know that know better. Nightline.
And y'all gotta realize what media is. The media ain't sit down.
We don't run media, son. We gotta realize that we don't run nothing in this country. No, we don't own our music. We don't run nothing that goes on TV.
What is this? What is this?
This is us right now. We're not on the bigger platform yet. We're not on the six heads that run everything that everybody sees. We're not there yet. We're on the way, but we're not there yet. You know what I'm saying?
But we control. You know why we control the media? Because we watch it. We rather watch that one part of the interview than the rest of the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That one part of the interview is on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's being talked about, and we watching it because we was like, okay, what did Wayne have to say? Oh, boom. They put Nightline knew they could have put J. Cole on there. They could have put Kendrick. They could have put a Nas. They knew what they were doing when they put Lil Wayne on there. You know what I'm saying? And asking him that question.
We buy it and we brought some water.
That's drugged up.
And we brought it. You know
that's $3 million and not getting paid for that.
Y'all know what it is, man. It's been great. Hey, before we get out here, tell the people where they can get you, find your information, the website, everything.
Thank you guys for watching today. I thoroughly enjoyed myself being here as a guest. And my website is www.donjuanjason.com, donjuanmagic.com for parties or bankers or any other affair. Thank you guys once again.
You already know what it is. RapAboutTV, man, the group chat, man. Tino, take us up.
Tino.
I just want to know.
Everything Demar Pender possible.